Fisher. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the red trunks with the gold trim, weighed in at 215 pounds. As a professional, he has 15 wins, 4 losses, 9 wins by way of knockout. From San Diego, California, here is Levi Billups. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the Kronk gold. He weighed in at 214 pounds. He is undefeated, 23 wins, 23 knockouts. From the Motor City of Detroit, here is the former WBO light heavyweight champion. I give you Michael Moore.
Levi, Mike, you're both familiar with the rules of the state of Michigan. I'm here to enforce those rules, gentlemen. Listen to my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Good luck to both of you. Come out boxing.
Michael Moore trying to take the same road as Evander Holyfield. His eye on the heavyweight championship, but as he knows, he mentioned before, he's got to start at the bottom as a heavyweight. Levi Billups may not exactly be the bottom. Matter of fact, our USA boxing coordinator Brad Jacobs says he's tried to set Billups up here on USA through the last couple of years, but he's been turned down by everyone he's talking to. Guys like George Foreman during his comeback, Riddick Bowe, Tim Witherspoon, Tyrell Biggs. They don't want to deal with Billups.
And Billups said his fight plan was to wear him down, get right on the inside and stay there. Both of them coming into this match, though, bone dry. Not an ounce of sweat on either one of them.
Moore has had one fight as a heavyweight against Terry Davis, that in April on the undercard of Holyfield and Foreman. That was a quickie second round TKO. So this is essentially his first legitimate heavyweight opponent. And the fight before that for Moore as the WBO light heavyweight champ, 175 pounds. So he brings the power of a light heavyweight. Is it good enough in the heavyweight division? And you got to remember, Moore has never tasted the heavyweight punch. Billups says he's going to have to be right in front of him.
And Billups says, I'm a heavyweight. I got the heavyweight power. Never fought anything other than in this class, over 200 pounds.
What are the major adjustments that Moore is looking at right now?
Well, he's got the extra weight there, and when you fight with more weight, you're slower. Your punches they're not as crisp, they're not as sharp. You still got to try to fire them off. Try to retain that speed that he had as a light heavyweight. Good power in his first round, and you see Billups already giving him a little bit more room. Now, if Billups could go out there and wrestle, get right on the inside of Moore, take it right to him, stay on the top of him, he could smother Moore's punches.
Moore at 6'3" says he should be able to carry that extra weight. And the reason he gave up the light heavyweight crown, possible lucrative matchups with Virgil Hill, Prince Charles Williams at the time, was a very attractive division up top. He says it was just killing him to make 175. He just could not do it any longer. He generally walked around at 200 pounds, and it just was nearly impossible to get down to 175 anymore. He's at 214 for tonight's fight. He weighed in with his clothes on. He wanted to get that weight up as high as he could against the Billups 215, but he says he'll feel comfortable actually even getting up to 217, 220. But it's funny to see Moore, who was a well-cut light heavyweight, looks a little plump here tonight.
He's got some spare tire around the belly. It's surprising too that he went completely past the cruiserweight division, went right into the heavyweight from light heavy.
Final seconds of round number 1. This is a scheduled 10-rounder. Join us ringside here at the Palace of Auburn Hills. A crowd of 13,140 on hand, and this is what they came to see. Their native son, Kronk's Michael Moore, now making the step up to the heavyweight division. With Holyfield and Tyson and Ruddock and Foreman up there, Moore feels that when the dust settles over the course of perhaps the next year or so, that he will be right up there with the rising crop of young heavyweights. Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, Tommy Morrison, Wayne Mercer, those two who will face one another in August. And now Moore putting on the pressure. We talked about the sense of possible upset waiting to happen, although after the first 3 minutes that sense may have changed. But a question of what does Moore look like here as a heavyweight. Billups had a late start in his career, no amateur fights. He actually started to fight at the age of 26. He was a former collegiate wrestling champ at Norfolk State, also was a linebacker there. Matter of fact, signed to play for the LA Express of the USFL. But unfortunately for Billups and the league, it folded before he played his first game.
Well, he said he's an athlete, not just a boxer. He said he's an all-around jock. No drugs, no smoking, no alcohol.
Well, he's smoked right there by Moore. So he started fighting at the age of 26. His first pro fight wasn't until the age of 27 when he lost to Orlin Norris. What an awakening to a pro career. He was knocked out in the first round. And actually, Billups' first 7 fights, feeling his way through, actually on the job training for a guy who didn't have any amateur fights. It was 4-3. But since that time, he has won 11 of his last 12 fights. And now Moore not allowing Billups to come in.
But busy is Moore. You don't see that very often in the heavyweight class. A lot of them, they're slow and they're deliberate. Moore says that I still have the speed from the light heavyweight. And he does with the combinations. He's not a man anyway to throw a one punch. He likes to put them together.
Moore certainly rushed into the professional fray after just 9 months and 11 pro fights. He beat Ramzi Hassan for the WBO Light Heavyweight Championship, and now he has rocked Levi Billups here in the second round. And Moore is sensing it. He is closing in. He is just beating Billups to the punch.
Are working, you got to keep them going. You got to go here too. Right there. The hooks are working. You only fight when he punches you. See what I'm saying? Punch him first. Get your hook going. One to the body and one to the head. Okay? This guy's respecting your power. Don't never relax. Never relax on this guy.
Don't stand in front of him if you're not going to throw no punch, man.
If you ain't going to throw a punch, move your head. Okay?
Vaseline.
That was a good round for you until you relax. Keep going up to your left. Okay? Mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece.
There you go.
Put it together.
Work now, work.
This is Michael Moore's 24th fight coming into the one. He had been beyond the second round only 7 times. The knockout artist Moore, who has the perfect record, 23-0 with 23 knockouts. And here we are in round number 3. But Levi Billups hearing it from Terry Claybone in between rounds.
Don't never relax. Never relax on this guy.
Don't stand in front of him if you're not going to throw no punch, man.
If you ain't going to throw a punch, move your head. Okay?
Vaseline.
That was a good round for you until you relax. Keep going up to your left.
Catching too many punches in that second round was Billups. They want him to move his head more if he's not going to punch. The best defense is a good offense. For him right now, he should get busy. Now, he's the heavyweight, but Moore is forcing the action.
Billups having problems finding opponents. This is his first fight in 11 months. So the first couple of rounds also perhaps some ring rust for Levi Billups. Although he said before he's going to throw in bunches, work the body, trying to wear Moore down. That has certainly not been the case over the first couple. Tell me a little bit about what you think of Michael Moore after seeing him for the first couple of rounds as a heavyweight.
I'm still as impressed in this division as I was in the light heavyweight division. This is a kid that has his head on his shoulders straight. He knows where he's going. He says, I have to work into the heavyweight picture. I don't want to start off fighting the big top 10 guys. I don't want to start off going for Holyfield. I just want to get used to this division, get used to this weight, and then I'll start picking my shots. He said, I'm still a long way away from a heavyweight championship.
There are some who may question Michael Moore's chin, probably because it has never been tested. The biggest shot he has ever taken in his career was a light heavyweight championship defense against Frankie Swindell. He was tagged in that one and survived and turned it around and took Swindell out in the 6th round. And now just the question of can Moore take a heavyweight punch. He's really seldom had to take a punch.
Well, he admits that the heaviest punch was Frankie Swindell. He said, the first I was a little bit hesitant, then I finally warmed up. He said he wobbled me, even cut me underneath the left eye. That was a good left hook by me.
Closing seconds of the 3rd, and Billups covering up. This could be it. Referee taking a look at Billups. Is that the fight or a standing 8? I believe Dale Grable will stop the fight in the closing seconds of the 3rd. Michael Moore goes to 24-0 with 24 knockouts. No complaints from Levi Billups. Closing seconds of the 3rd, taking a pounding. He said all he was seeing was the whites of his eyes.
All right now.
Well, that is a good reason to stop a fight. The crowd doesn't like it.
They wanted to see more. Michael Moore is a little disappointed himself. He needs the workout.
The heavyweight work.
Michael Moore now is a heavyweight and at 214 pounds. His streak is 24-0 with 24 knockouts, a 3rd round TKO over Levi Billups. Before the fight, Sean, we kind of talked about a sense that it may be an upset in the making tonight, but Levi Billups never showed up.
Well, what everybody wants to know when a guy is a big puncher like Michael Moore is, everybody wants to know, can he take a shot? What happens when he gets hit? We certainly didn't find out tonight. Remember, Mike Tyson had all the string of knockouts. Everybody still would wonder what happens when he gets hit. Well, when he got hit by Buster Douglas, we saw what happened, but we still need to find out what happens to Michael Moore when he gets hit.
I'm Al Albert for the champ, Sean O'Grady, saying good night from the Palace of Auburn Hills.